Well, hey y'all. Greetings from the country. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Welcome. Welcome again to the Girl Cave and the Book Cave. This is my office slash where the girls hang out. I'm sorry, I don't want to look crazy today. But I just wanted to take some time with you guys today. And look what came in. Immortal Lovers came just a little while ago. And I am loving it. Sorry. What a great book. Oh my God. I had Alexa read that ebook to me twice. I think Mr. Katari has his finger on the pulse with the paranormal. That book takes paranormal to new heights. Um, I think more of a Y2K26 level of new heights. I mean, seriously. I mean, I've read plenty. Paranormal is my vibe. I've read plenty paranormal books. And that book was gripping and compelling. Where's my Ramses? Is what you're going to ask yourselves. But sorry, no spoilers. I just want you to get the book, get the book, get the book. It's powerful, it's riveting, it's different. I think it's the next level for this young, talented writer. He has his fingers on the pulse, and enough said about that. And then, of course, there are my other L.L. Lilly. Oh my God. Destined to Save You. You've got to get that. Gripping, trigger warning, gripping, heart pounding, amazing. And my girl in the middle, Rivers, Guilt, Monique Orgeron, all of those books are hers. I just bought recently because she had a mad sale and we all just bought her books. I love her because, we're Southerners and I hate these things. They're irritating my ears. They make me itch. But anyway, and it's just a habit too because when you're in pain, you want to grab something, and as you can see, this hand is like it's done. I've lost 37% feeling in my right hand, and I'm right-handed. And it's crazy because I love to write, and now I can't write as much as I want to. But back to L.L. Lilly. She's also a beta reader and an editor. I should have known the way she edits, she would be a profound and powerful writer. I had to get that book because I was so curious, like, what is the buzz about that book? And it's like, bam, there you go. But back to Monique. Monique or Orosion. I can't. It's hard for me to pronounce that name, but you will know her book. Or I pronounce it Orgeron, which is French, but you might say Orgeron. Monique Orgeron. Her books, I mean, Restitution. All of those books are powerful, and she sticks to that saga, the family saga. I loved her Art of Survival. She has some powerful books. Oh, and Redemption. Redemption. She lowered the boom in Redemption, and she lowered the boom in River's Guilt. You guys have got to get her books. She's just an amazing and powerful writer, and she pulls you in. And I love the way she writes about the South. And it has that southern feel and twill to it, which brings me to my books and the way I write. Of course, I'm going to talk to you today about Operation Night Mixer. Operation Night Mixer is starting to really generate a buzz. Lily, let's talk about L.L. Lilly. There's a reason it's connected. L.L. Lilly edits She's my editor, but she's also an ARC reader and beta reader. She read my first manuscript for this book. She only gave it 3 stars. I was so hurt. I don't know. It took me a week to come out of my feelings about it. Because all the other ARC readers, they would give it a 4, 4.5. She wouldn't. Uh, Hell no. So I asked her why. And she said, well, whoever edited this is crappy. And there are things you want to say, just say it. Don't say it, express it. I need a vision of where I could see. But what I loved about her was by her having her master's degree in literature and counseling, she's a professor, so she wrote it like a professor, and she sends you her final notes and everything in the form of a thesis. Can you imagine giving, those are the puppies going through. What's the matter, T'Challa? Oh. And I'm sorry, I'm downstairs so they can go in and out. So, sorry. Those are my fur babies. But imagine having an editor, ARC reader, and beta reader with that type of education, that type of experience, that type of know-how. And she edits hard. Lily does not play when she edits. And her notes, she put those notes to the side. Please stop using so many commas. Please, I taught you about this. Please go read, and she give you references. Read such and such and such and understand what I mean when I say this. I mean, she can come off brutal, so you're going to have to either get in your feelings, in control of your feelings, or out of them. But Operation Night Mixer is well written. And I'll take her. In the end, I ended up getting 5 stars from Lily. She reviewed my book and she didn't even tell me. I just happened to go cruising to see what was going on, and I saw it, and there it was. That I found to be amazing to me. So imagine that said. It was just crazy, and wonderfully crazy at that. But my point is, Operation Night Mixer is about Sergeant First Class Sebastian King. Sergeant First Class King is very unique. And he's unique in the way that he wasn't your ordinary soldier. When we mean by ordinary, we're not talking about, that combat ready, always ready for the fight. That's a given. And which really with most veterans and soldiers. And everybody knows I'm a veteran, so that's sad. My writing vibe is always going to be action adventure, military romance, military suspense. Working on my Winter Captives, which is my military thriller. But Operation Night Mixer, Lily and I talked. She said, where do you want to go with this book? How do you want your book to stand out? When we write our books, you have to write them with a part of your personality, your soul. I didn't want to start out with Sebastian says such and such and such. Elle says such and such and such. Just to pull you in. I think that's sort of, I don't know. I'm sorry, ladies. It's been ladies and gentlemen, it's also a work day too, cleaning. I think that's sort of cheating the reader. Because you're pulling them in, yes. But sometimes by they get time to get to the middle of the book, it tends to drag, sag, whatever. Here's why Operation Night Mixer is so different. Here's why. Because we take you into the character psyche right out the gate. So First Class King, he had a master's degree in psychology. That's a dangerous data. That's what I mean. I don't mean in physically dangerous. I mean mentally, intellectually, and psychologically dangerous. Because don't forget, the brain is the largest sex organ. And Sebastian is a real live soldier in person, hero to what he gave to his nation is incredible, an impeccable military record. But Lord, he too sexy. They don't come that sexy in the military. They have some good looking boys, but that one, I think they carved him. They took some of the Greek gods, some of the Italian gods, threw them all together and said, "Here you go," because that's 6'3.5" of rawness, southern as it can be. Because he's a teaser. Because he'll tell you in a minute, "Come here, fat bottom girl." you know, inside joke. He called us all that. Funny though. But back to King. We in the prologue we talk about King and Dr. Gustav Jung and Dr. O. Oh, I can't, brain fog so bad. But Dr. Otto Gross, that's who it was. You know that Dr. Gustav Jung was a player back in the day, alleged player. And in some, what they call polite society circles, he was accused of being a super freak. What better way to merge those personalities than with Sergeant First Class King, who was a lifelong studier of Dr. Gustav Jung and psychology. King's great at the art of what I call it, manipulation. I don't mean it in a bad, negative way, but he was great at getting what he wanted and how he wanted it. But he made sure that all persons were on the same sheet of music, same time. That's a powerful lover. I mean, we explain in the prologue how King would sit in his office in his birthday suit, a sweat-hotty mess, reading Dr. Gustav Jung's thesis and paperwork, all of his writings, you name it. That's some powerful stuff. And you have to give it to one of the most famous quotes from Dr. Gustav Jung is that it's about an unforgettable thing. I don't want to say it here, but it's, I'll put it this way. Can you be forgiven for an unthinkable, unforgettable thing? That's powerful. Wow. That's deep. But King was like, his conversations, we were literally sit like this, leaning over further and further because he pulls you in. That's a powerful person to get to know. And for him having served his country and served so, and that wife of his, that ex-wife of his was, I don't know where they got her from. What military wife condemns her husband for serving the military and not serving her. I'm like, serve her to loving you, but serve you? That's a deeper talk, but that's a conversation for a deeper day. Which also leads us to the point where King was plagued by PTSD. He was plagued by remorse, and he had 3 beautiful daughters. He loved them. They loved their dad with a passion. But all that's taken away, and it's the way it's taken away is so shocking. But we made sure we put all of this first. You get that in the first 30 pages. You don't get it in the last 50. You get that up front. Then you get the connection between Elle and King, their apprehensiveness. They had a tawdry love affair with one another, a very forbidden love affair, while they were on tour in Iraq. And they got to know each other pretty darn good. But King made a decision, and Elle, that tore apart almost. But she was the one who gave him the option when he pleaded with her not to. I'll put it that way. So, can't be too mad because you said it's this or that. He just chose that. You were hoping for this. But, long story short, he comes back home. He's fighting another war. He's in another battle of the fittest. Not realizing that Elle's in her own world. She's really in a place that King is... It nearly broke his heart to see that she was in that state of play, I'll put it that way. And he says, listen, I've been through all of this, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to give away any spoilers. He said, but let's go to dinner. Talk about it. Get up, get dressed. If you have that type of power, I want to talk to you too, because I want to know how you do it. But that said, he says, get up, let's go to dinner and talk about it. Let's get you back. Basically, it's realigned you. We have a thing in the military where we say, let's dress right, dress the situation. And that's how soldiers are with each other. Doesn't need a lot of elaborate conversation, deep conversation. We're going to assess what's wrong and, okay, let's go, let's do it, let's be done. Because I had a friend who had a panic attack. And but I'm like, we're both soldiers, and I knew it was a panic attack because I have children and grandchildren that have those things. I have them myself. But the one thing you can't do with panic attacks, or when you're in a deep depressive state, is you can't give in to the attack. It's like, okay, it's going to be okay. You are not going to die today. Not on my watch. Breathe in, breathe out, pull it together, and now you're okay. Within moments, this person was back to themselves. But of course I was the villain because I said, it wasn't that I didn't care. I cared a great deal. My heart was racing. Like, oh my God, is this a panic attack or a heart attack? But if it was a heart attack, I worked in a combat hospital, combat unit in the reserves. I know trauma when I see it. I've had too many family members that have had heart attacks and panic. I thought I was having a heart attack one time. Couldn't find out it was just a panic attack. And they can feel like a heart attack. And King taught me a lot about that kind of stuff. Because I used to have panic attacks all the time. Really, 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 really bad. Because I was battling it on all sides. And he put his hand on my shoulder and squeeze it. Breathe in. Now breathe out. And you're looking into those dreamy eyes. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. And he would never, the key was the touch. He would never let go of my shoulder or my hand, and he would rub it like this. Focus, focus, focus. For a few minutes later, I'm breathing, I'm back. That took a level of, okay, granted, he was a combat nurse too, but can you imagine waking up to a nurse like that? He had those eyes, those green, hazel, I don't know if they were green, emerald green, hazel, whatever color they were. They were unusual, but they would pull you in. But that said, King was very unique, and all of this is in the book. But before he hangs up with Elle, he reminds her, and this is a quote from the book, "This is no longer a date, sexy mama, but a hero's rescue mission." Who the hell says that? That you could resist? Anyway. And he took it upon himself to, I guess, bring her back to life. And bring her back to life, he did. I mean, Elle was feisty in her own way, but at that time she was going through some things. Now, there is a scene, that shower scene, where I think King goes a little too far with his, masculinity. I'll put it that way, with his dominance. But after that kick in the chest from Elle that knocked him on his ass, and she tells him, "You forget, I saved your ass more than you saved mine." He knew then he was dealing with the right one. That's what a book should always give you. Not all of the continued body slapping. Have the body slapping. There's a lot of body slapping in my book. But what we did with this book, because Lily kept, Lily and Mary were checking my ass. That Mary Marvella, she ain't nothing to play with either. She does mostly my Southern romances, editing and art reading. That said, sorry about the train, the doors are open. That said, we give you a lot of bodies pounding. Boom, boom. There can't help but be. There's a lot of passion here. A lot of hardcore passion. Different type of passion. That's why we had to put trigger warning. And this definitely has 5 chili peppers. It's hot, steamy hot. Which I think a lot of readers want that. And we give it to you in 13 beats. I like the number. I'm an enthusiast. I'm a Priory of Zion type, that type of stuff. Enthusiast, Illuminati. What is that all about? I do believe in the number 13, and I do believe 7 is a lucky number. 13 is a lucky number, not a bad number. Never forget, 13 and 33 are powerful numbers. Jesus was 33 when he was crucified. He was crucified on the 3rd day. Hello. But anyway, and King believed a lot in that too, which elevates their psychological and intellectual ideals towards passion. What it should be, what it shouldn't be, how dark it should go, how it should level out or level up or level down. They were just that type. And their passion goes here. I'll put it this way: from the Humvee to the cottage to the to the refurbished southern styled new plantation home that's refurbished. There used to be an old slave quarters turned into one of the most beautiful cottages you ever want to see, run by people of color, a mixture of everything. Powerful stuff. So you're going to get your action, you're going to get your passion, you're going to get the adventure. All of this is wrapped into that southern traditionalism that we love. But you're going to get an Atlanta style, that new urban Atlanta style, that urban Renaissance literature style, fictional literature style type of novel. But that said, the ending is what's so gripping. Lily and I had to have a conversation about the ending. And even in her review, she put, I recommend this for mature audiences only because that ending was so powerful. But it actually happened, so, there you go. Which is the lead-in for the next book to follow Operation Night Mixer, which is Operation Moonlight Mixer, which is about some First Class King's brother and Elle. They team up to search for some First Class Sebastian King. Boom. Now you gotta get the book. Oops. You gotta get the book, get the book. I can't reach it. There you go. Ah! To understand. This book is powerful. And see, we wrote it like we didn't put chapters 1, 2, and 3 boring. What we did was, here we go. Show you guys. Oh, yeah. See? Trigger warnings and potty mouth warnings. I have the worst potty mouth. I'm sorry. There you go. Act 1. The king and queen of the carnal chessboard. And it's beautifully, thanks to Monique's formatter, she saved my life. There you go. And look how beautiful. Look at the back. Everything. And we call him Operation Night Mixer, ladies and gentlemen, because, again, he's called that because he was a great and fantastic DJ. He would play that smooth music at night in the barracks. That, can you feel the magic of my hands when I touch and rub you the right way? King was clever. He was as psychological as they come. Some of those conversations were absolutely phenomenal. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say to you is get the book. And also, my ARC readers and beta readers. If you are an ARC reader, beta reader for me, or you follow me and you genuinely comment in my comment sections, because it's not all about buying a book. Some people really can't afford to buy the book. They can't. And I understand that. That's why I never press, I'm lucky for me. I have I've had my mom, Robert, a few others have really supported me to the point where I don't have to sell a million books because it's tough selling on Amazon. I love Amazon, but it's tough selling on Amazon because the lanes are all crowded. And I feel that in some situation, especially on Facebook with these groups, with these promoters or whatever, things are a bit skewed. If you're not a part of the, I don't know, the literary gang, you can forget it. And you have some honest players, some really wonderful promoters that really get the job done. Then you have some others that I have to wonder, oh my God. But to each its own. I say that, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'll say it up front because I'm not the only one who feels that way. But I can promise you that this, my readers love my books because when I go to cookouts, when I'm invited to cookouts with my friends, especially Miss C, she had a cookout at Easter. Bring your books, bring your stuff. We set up a little table in the kitchen, just a little spot. People were walking by, what is this? Who book is this? I'm like, okay, you know what? It's $10. It's yours. So now here, just take this 20 and, keep it. But sign it for me, blah, blah, blah. You gonna sign it, blah, blah, blah. Of course I'm gonna sign it. I ran out of books. I'm like, I don't have, no, I have nothing else. I'm sorry. They were like, man, that ain't right. But I didn't anticipate that. I didn't. And by Cassandra being such a supporter and friend, she also got that hanging right there. The abs. That's not a pic. That's not a. That's not a photo. Well, it's a photo, but it's actually a pillow cover that I give my beta readers. Ladies, imagine reading and laying your head next to his app. And believe me, I couldn't believe I found that picture. Because Sebastian's abs in his 50s, he's 53 or 4, looks like that. And he loves to take his shirt off and mow the lawn. And ladies are leaning back like this. I'm like, you a mess. But I include that in my boxes. And my book swag boxes are coming out really soon. So it just takes so long to get everything from Vistaprint, all these other printers. It's like, what is up with Ipsy? Really? But that said, guys, look for you know who you are because I've already contacted you. Especially anyone who interviews me, get an automatic swag bag. Period. With a T. But I'm also going to start running contests. But I'm only going to post it once on my main page. I'm not going to post it in my group for a reason. I have a reason for that, and I'll explain it at another point in the future. But always check out my main page. Check out my main page, my author page, my main page in the group to let you know where I post. I post where I know I'm going to get the most impact. And I worked in sales and marketing as a rep for 18 and a half years. I know what I'm doing. People are like, aren't you worried about your ranking? Yes, I'm worried about my ranking. But if you think I'm not selling any books, you're crazy. This is a new shipment. There you go. Because people like personalism. I'm not going to sit there. I got to have 4 surgeries, real surgeries. hand, arm, neck, back, and knee. I'm looking at, and what people don't know about me is this. I have, unfortunately, class 3 kidney disease. Ladies and gentlemen, there are only 5. And the VA knew I had it for years, and I just found out this year. Or last year, I take that back. It was Christmas, I believe. No, it was Christmas of 2021. It was a long, it's just been unreal. So if you don't see me constantly, or if my videos are sporadic, it's for a reason. I'm chronically ill. And that's not easy to say. But I write to keep my mind from going batshit crazy from all this pain and discomfort and my lifestyle having to change so rapidly. But I promise you this, I'm a fighter. I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to give you my all and my best. Don't forget that. I'm going to give you my all and my best. So, that said, you know me, I like to get to the nitty gritty of things. And I put it out there, boom. I am extremely matter of fact. But as an author, I believe, get to know me. Not the chatter and the gossip. Get to know me. The author. And you're going to find, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Very pleasantly surprised. My books are definitely going to, oh my gosh. The Iron Gazelle is coming. That's going to be a mafia love story like none y'all ever seen. Say, how to say, what? I mean, because Luciano is Italian. My ex was Italian. He was part Italian, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Castellano. I'm like, honey, pick another one. German? What? I don't know. But not German, but they had Austrian in their family. So they were a mixture of everything. Can you imagine? So, and I dated 3 or 4 Italian men. Wonderful, great relationships. It's just distance was our problem. I ain't moving out of Georgia to go be with you in Colorado. No, that ain't me. Oregon. No. If I'm gonna be out in the dairy farms, it's gonna have to be somewhere in Georgia, North Carolina, somewhere like that. I'm a Southern traditionalist. My books will always be about living in the South. So, that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday. It's beautiful out. I can't go nowhere. I spent last night tossing and turning in the bed in pain. I would love to go. I'll probably go to dinner. I think we'll do Korean tonight on the patio. I miss Cinco. What was it? Cinco de Mayo. I miss that, but I'm loving it down here. And what we've done today, and what we've done with this office. Robert was like, this is your cocoon because I love it down. I live down here. I do everything down here. I do TV. Well, I can't do the bike cycle, but it's okay. But you know what? My Assassinate whiskey is down here. Cheers to you guys for your kindness, for your support, for your realness and your honesty, and for you giving this author hope. I love your little comments. They keep me going. Miss Kathy Crothers, Miss Mary, Marvella, and Miss Lily, Mr. Katari, Miss Tia Fanning, and so on. Stephen, Susan. It's just so many of you. I could go on forever. Bless and thank you. And I will be posting more in the group. I'm just trying to get acclimated to these new round of meds. They could put a gorilla to sleep. Just one, and I have to take 3, and it's like I'm pissed. I'm very pissed about it. I'm pissed because the VA didn't get it right. Because they were too cheap to do the right thing. Now they're playing catch up. I had to write Congress. I shouldn't have to call a congressional liaison for you to give me the care I earned. Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't get sick on our own. We got sick because we were too dedicated to quit. I finished basic training in the cast up to my woo-ha. Y'all better get it right. I'm so angry about that, I don't know what to do. I need these books to calm me down, I tell you. But like I said, writing is my passion. Yeah, I want to sell books. If I become a best-selling author, that's fine. But that's not my goal. My goal is to be an author that writes books that sell best. There's a difference. I mean, that's the way, when I gave my trainings in Sephora, Neiman, Saks, Macy's, that's how I trained the sales associates. I don't care about you selling 50, 60, 70 bottles of our product or jars of our product. You're getting a $10 spiff. Of course you're going to sell it. What I care about is you letting that customer know what they're getting. They're getting a fabulous product, a product that works. I want the longevity. I want residual income. We want residual purchases. We want residual purchases not because you say it's good, because that customer knows that the product that they're getting rises and meets their expectation, and then above and beyond. I want to hit the vertical limit when I write my books and give you what I feel you're searching for when you read, and not what you're searching for. I love the element of surprise. I'm a soldier. I'm going to give you, and you're going to get that. And that desert scene, powerful. That's why I wrote it in cursive. Because it's a special scene. That is one of the hottest, fiery scenes. And it happened because, I'll put it this way. We were one of the people, I was a part of the group in the bushes. Watching the whole thing happen. Like, do you believe what we just saw? That's why I say, when I write my books, I'm not pulling it out of the air. I mean, we give it the right embellishment, but I mean, really, when it comes to military, romance, and action, and interaction, we ain't got to imagine too much, because we saw some stuff. Period. But anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to end it here before I talk your ears off. But as you can see, books are my life. I love books. And I don't know if you can see it, but you see last night I got my little stuffed doggies. Artemis and T'Challa. I'm rotten. I know it's spoiled rotten. I'm blessed as hell. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thank you for everything. I hope we continue. Follow me. I'll be talking about more books. I'm going to do 2 or 3 videos today The next two, I have to do 2 videos differently. It's just the wave of the future. But love you guys. Reach out to me in the DM, please, if you have any questions or need anything, and invite your friends to the group. I promise more content that's generated around us and why we're interacting in the group. Love you. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe. Don't forget to take that moment, ladies and gentlemen, to self-care. I'm able to do this just like this and talk like this. I couldn't speak last night. I was in so much pain. Because this morning, I woke up, did my self-care thing, and I headed on down to the office. I'm ready to go. Plus, this thing is old. Sticks to me, stick to everything, but I am nothing without him. And I keep him close to my heart. And it drives Robert crazy because you go to hug me or hold me, it stings. It will sting. So, do you? And let's keep in touch and let's interact more often. I promise to do more of these videos as I can and as my body will allow. So, have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Please follow me on YouTube because I will be doing YouTube more because I have no idea what's going on with TikTok. I love TikTok to death. I love my groups. Love my groups and pages on Facebook. But those algorithms are ridiculous. So I got to talk to you from here. And if I have food found, I'm down to earth. If I'm eating and talking, I'm just going to eat and talk because I'm real. This is me, how I am. I'm real. I don't put on any airs. This is what you get. And anyone who says it's anything different is full of it. Because I don't be tripping off BS. And I'll let you run far. But I won't let you run off the cliff and take me with you. Alright then. That said, let me get going. Oh, and this young man, Immortal Lovers, Qatari, y'all better get that boy's book. Support that young man. He needs us. He needs us. Once you read his bodies of work, you're gonna be like, damn, he's talented. He's really, really an excellent writer. And his vivid imagination is powerful. And he puts it in his pen. Qatari's pen is on point. I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all have a good day. And I'm getting there my way. Operation Night Mixer. That's the one. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.